Howdy doody. I like to snack on pirate booty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the No Pyro Podcast. Coming fresh off a one-sided superb owl and me being damn near ready to go to bed at the end of the third quarter. My name is Total Mac. Joining the building as always, my boy Swervy Lee, aka Swervy Atmos, aka Soul of Pow, aka SVS Swerve, FKA Yoko Tuna, aka 3621. How you feeling, big dog?
Oh man, burnout today, but it was a good halftime show at least.
Yeah, I
Appreciate my boy putting on.
I didn't know the weekend was your boy. Okay,
I've told you that many times, but you choose to hear what you want to hear.
it's a fact, man. Like Mike Tyson would say, if you don't like what's on your station, change it. You know what I mean? Last but not least, in the building as well, No Children, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don, aka Dollarita Drew, aka I knew we were getting that. What's going on with you, man?
What do we get?
Oh, ain't none. Yeah, I'm so fucking tired. I forgot to get a can. I've been out of it. I had a 3-day weekend, and coming back to work and everything, man, it fucked me up today.
I thought you were going to say you had a threesome. I was going to say, whoa, that's why you tired.
Nah, I'd be better off. I'd be a lot more awake after that.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of those days. Like, I'm just ready to go to sleep, but we got some wrestling to talk about, and we're here. I mean, I don't know what our record is, but I feel like this is our longest streak of not missing a show, not taking a week off. So we're here in the midst of what they tell us is WrestleMania season, but doesn't feel like it yet. Here we are. Got AEW to talk about. We got some WWE dirt sheets to talk about, and we got Raw and SmackDown to talk about as well. And hey, Royal Rumble felt like it was last weekend. We got another pay-per-view around the corner, gentlemen. Elimination Chamber. I feel like maybe WWE should take some advice from AEW and scale back on the pay-per-views, but I don't know that they will, because
if you just met in the middle, like AEW get a few more, WWE scaling back, it'd be the perfect show.
it would. What? You don't have to give me WWE a pay-per-view 3 weeks after Royal Rumble, 2 weeks after. You don't need to.
I think it's ridiculous that we got 2 shows in between Mania.
It should not be that way. It should be Royal Rumble, St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
You still hanging on to that, huh?
I'm afraid. Mania and Backlash. Maybe a No Mercy, in between, switching that out with the Massacre. But yeah, I mean,
they're going to give you that in the form of NXT one day, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, they love bringing back these quote-unquote house shows and making them old pay-per-view names. So, we'll see what happens. We normally start the show off with some banter. I think we got a couple minutes for banter. RIP Google Stadia. I think Drew said that last week. PlayStation 5 update. My PlayStation 5 is out of hard drive space.
Wow.
Yeah, that 825 really did me good. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to buy an HDD. Hook it up on outside.
You can't uninstall anything right now. Like, you got to have everything on it right now.
Well, the craze is playing Warzone. Now, I'm not a big Warzone dude. I'm a Black Ops Cold War type of dude, so I'll play that. But just in case I need to get my hands dirty, I have Warzone on my PlayStation, and I haven't played it yet. So I've got that. I've got NBA 2K, Madden, and a couple other games.
Why haven't you just installed the whole package on one? Why do you have them split like that?
Because sometimes it's easier for me to play with my Warzone friends who are on PlayStation, because there's so many of them. Versus on Xbox, I maybe have like 2 or 3, including somebody in this pod. So,
hey, I'm always on though. No.
I know. I try to be on too. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I've done it, but whatever. I still have like 150 gigs on Xbox left.
Have you played the show recently?
The show was on my PS5. Stunning.
Oh, you guys are not talking about the Big Show.
No, we are not. No, not. Or you talking about the Big Show on TNT or TBS? Not that one.
Definitely not talking about that.
Okay.
That's the Go Big Show, or whatever it's called.
You talking about Paul White? No, we ain't nothing.
Yeah, man. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Paul White. Come on, man.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Going with your 99, 98 vibes. I hear you, dog. Yes, Drew. I've played 20. I did see 21 coming out on Xbox and PlayStation. I'm just not that big of a baseball fan to go out and buy it.
Yeah, I would recommend waiting. It's something where if you're not a big baseball fan, you can wait. And that's what I usually do. I wait for it to come down in price. I got mine for free last year because it was part of the Games with Gold.
Oh, wow.
Or whatever PlayStation does for their free games of the month.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm shocked that it's no longer a console exclusive, and they've brought it to multi-platforms. So, big ups to them, I guess. I don't know when the last time MLB's had a good game on Xbox. So, what else is there in the world? Drew, did you win some money on the Super Bowl?
No.
Yeah, me either. Did you order any food?
I got pizza and wings. That's about it.
Carbons?
Grazos.
I've heard of. How are they? I've never been.
They're good. I thought it was going to be a super long wait. It was only 45 minutes.
Oh, well, right. Well, I called the place I went to at 5 o'clock the day before. Or no, maybe like 3 o'clock the day before. I'm like, hey, can I pick it up for 5? Sure. I get there, and you would have thought the Super Bowl was being played inside of the pizzeria. There was so many people out there. And I had to wait in line for probably about 40 minutes outside. And I was freezing my ass off. But the food was good. I never had to wait outside for pizza before. And yeah, it sucked. So, Swerve, any plans? Still at the crib? You see you just went out.
I was gonna, but then I was like, that snow was like, you'd be like, yeah, just stay in. I already went grocery shopping.
Yeah, that be, dog.
I was just, I don't even know what did I eat. I don't even remember. It wasn't without anything I wanted, so it ain't worth mentioning.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like the product that they put on my television. That's what we're not even going to talk about the game. It was, oh my God. People were pissed at the Rams last year. That's my team. And we only scored 3 points, and people were getting at me. Oh, you couldn't score a touchdown. And I watched this crap, and I'm ready to go put on Murder, She Wrote or something, you know?
I told people, I said, Pat was going to be going home without that ring.
You're stupid. So I'm glad that's over. But ladies and gentlemen, please hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and we are on SoundCloud. Subscribe to YouTube under our name, No Power Podcast. We've been there for, I don't know, it feels like 4 or 5 months.
Nah, man. How long have we been on lockdown? That's how long we've been on YouTube.
Really? Wow. Okay. Well, yeah.
We had to, we was scrambling. We had to find another means real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we've been on here for a while.
Yeah. I haven't been there, as you can see. Listen, last but not forgotten, we are also on Apple Podcasts.
Definitely forgotten.
Yeah.
You bring it up like once every 60 shows, bro. Like, how am I supposed to?
Man, listen, man, when we accept it everywhere, man. We like that visa. I mean,
you haven't showed like one metric.
I don't know how to track them, bro.
Oh man.
If I track them easily, then that's when you'll know. But until then, you'll know I know. Because I don't know nothing.
We holler at Tim Cook. Tell us something.
At first, I thought you were talking about somebody else, a friend of the show, but I was like, wait a minute, for what? Tim Cook ain't gonna do it. Listen, man, his ear don't hit us. I wish it did, but it don't. We got a little decent to get to today. Nothing major. Overall, very cool SmackDown. But let's go ahead and recap, starting off with AEW. Drew, take it, Will.
All right, so we are starting this off with a tag team battle royal. The winner would get a title shot at Revolution. The unique thing about this battle royal were the tag team champions were part of it. So in this battle royal, if the Young Bucks were to win, they would then choose who they fought at Revolution instead of just, the winner getting the title shot. So they did tell a few different storylines in this, which was a good way of using the battle royal, including some rift in the inner circle. But at the end of the night, it was Chris Jericho and MJF getting the win. So they will be challenging the Young Bucks on March 7th at Revolution. Next up, we have everyone's favorite segment of the night, and that is Sting. Get him out of the way. He's got to be in bed by 8. So Sting and Darby Allin address Team Taz. Team Taz makes sure to talk shit. They're in the parking lot because they're not allowed to be in the arena. It's basically just a lot of hype for a match that's going to let me down. So, pass on that. Next, we have Thunder Rosa taking on Britt Baker. This was actually a pretty good match. And then with the referee stoppage, when Baker had her submission hold on Thunder Rosa, she couldn't give up, so she passed out. Made her still look kind of strong because she passed out instead of tapping out. But
did you get Austin vibes?
Yeah, I mean,
did?
I wouldn't go that far, but I will say Britt Baker has gotten way better than she was when they started doing Dynamite. You can see the improvement, head and shoulders. So kudos to her. Next, we have Chaos Project taking on Hangman Page and Matt Hardy. Next, we have the wedding of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford.
Oh, boy.
This one, Penelope Ford was walked to the ring by Jerry Lynn. And by the way, her wedding dress was fantastic.
Never thought I'd hear that. Bingo.
The Reverend was the Sinister Minister, James Mitchell. So that at least he can eat this week. They come out, they do their I do's. Rusev sees a large package in the corner that Chuck Taylor's saying is from him. So of course Miro immediately attacks the package, thinking that it's somebody inside. There's nobody inside. They finish up the ceremony. They ask if anyone has any objections to please speak now. Miro interrupts and goes, "Whoa, I've had a couple weddings recently. We're skipping this part. Just skip this part." So they skip it. They get to the end. And when Miro's giving his toast, he sees that he's been handcuffed to the ring post by his foot. And Orange Cassidy comes out of the cake, and they leave the couple and Rusev running to the hills covered in cake. Decent segment. The one big takeaway of this is that this was actually a shoot wedding. They actually got married. So that's something you usually don't see in a wrestling wedding.
Let me ask you, gentlemen. Starting with you, Drew. 1 to 10, 10 being very happy. Where's Miro at?
He looks happy. He looks happy. If he's not happy, he's a great actor. He just looks like he's having fun.
Okay. Swerve.
I don't think that he needs to be in a main event role. I think that he just doesn't want to be buried constantly on like superstars.
I think he's happy as long as his wife is not in a storyline with Bobby Lashley.
Tuesday.
Giving her that almighty.
Yeah, he actually says something about her current feud. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, to answer my own question, I think he is happy. My only issue with that is how long can he be appearing this happy for? Not a lot of Lombardis to pass around over there at AEW. And I mean, if it is the goal for him to be a champion, and you know, they've told him, hey, down the line, this is what you're here for, kudos. But if he doesn't want to be there, he just wants to be a major player in storylines, and he's happy with that, kudos to him in that regard too.
I mean, he already said in like, you know, shoot interviews that he was doing when he first like signed up. He was saying, man, I'm not looking to be the top guy. I just want to be featured. And so, I mean, he is featured. He is in segments and storylines. And I mean, he is in a storyline with one of their hottest figures, which is Orange Cassidy. So, yeah, I don't think that he can really have any complaints on that.
Okay.
You forgot the fact that he was singing "What Is Love."
That is true. Yeah. During the speeches, he mentions "What Is Love," and the crowd starts singing the actual song.
Oh wow!
But then he quickly ran it into the ground.
Yeah, which is a good save.
Yeah, right. Because he knows when to kill it. Good.
And not only that, but also if it was WWE, he would be so strict to the script that he wouldn't know how to shut it down and then get back to the script.
Money over, stick to the script. He copped, he re-upped, then he went back to the fifth.
The next thing that we have is a lumberjack match. Lance Archer taking on Eddie Kingston. This was a mess all over. Even Allie was getting involved. You had the heels and the baby faces just constantly getting involved in this match. It was a mess. Main event, 6-man tag, Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers taking on Jon Moxley, Pac, and Rey Fenix. This was actually really good. Match was solid. Eventually, Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers got the win. After the match, you know, they started doing their whole shtick where they were beating down on Moxley and Phoenix. Eventually, Lance Archer came out to drive the Good Brothers out of the ring. Moxley got back to his feet and was able to fight off Omega and started to really beat on him. And then a mystery man comes out of the crowd and hits the go to sleep on Jon Moxley. And removes his stuff to reveal Kenta from New Japan, who is #1 contender for Jon Moxley's United States Championship over there.
You want to dial it back a little bit, Mac?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have heard about it if it had been him,
but so now it appears that New Japan has entered this agreement that AEW and Impact have with a wrestler trade. So when you mentioned that Abby was going to be I think it was Abby that you said that was tuning into Impact. that might be why, is because of the fact that now that they're involved, you're going to be seeing a lot more new faces showing up. Especially because in recent weeks we have seen the Bullet Club kind of going back and forth on Twitter with the Elite. And at first I was like, why are we doing this if there's no payoff? But now there's definitely looking like there might be a payoff.
This is real interesting as far as the approach that they're taking. I've heard of divide and conquer, but this sounds like accumulate and conquer. That they are trying to limit the amount of relationships that the WWE have to work with.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't think that they're really doing that. I think the WWE has done that to themselves. The WWE could, at any point in time, reach out and say, hey, we want to work with you guys, too. And I don't think there would be any pushback.
Goes into a corner, WWE, by saying, yeah, we're not really going to work with you. We have our own quote-unquote homegrown, even though it's not talent relations process that we go through. And I think that other companies that maybe have heard bad things from other wrestlers who have since came and left WWE about the locker room, about match placement, about the rigorous road schedule, that have kind of those whispers have become echoes, and that may have forced a lot of the people to say, you know what, we're not really going to be involved with you. We do see what AEW is doing, however. Oh, wow, they reached out to to Impact. Wow, they've got Impact involved now. Wow, we'll keep our eyes on that. We've heard from guys over there at Impact. We've heard from guys who have been signed to AEW. We've heard from guys who came from WWE, then signed to AEW, and said how night and day it was. So I think that WWE, this could be on them.
Well, what I feel like it is AEW or WWE is so dead set on being their own brand. We're not wrestling, we're sports entertainment. We are our own brand. And so when you have all these companies going, listen, we're all wrestling promotions. The pie's not small. There's enough food to go around for everyone. So why don't we all just work together and make as much money as we can, instead of saying, hey, we need to be on our own little islands and make our own money? Why don't we all just work together and make more?
Like the rap industry in the South.
What's that?
Like the rap industry in the South.
Yeah. Let's just work together, whereas WWE is, we are our own brand, nothing else exists but us. They've kind of worked themselves into that, where I think somebody like Triple H is actually beating his head against the wall right now, thinking, we could do so much if we got involved. Because his mentality, I believe, is wrestler first. We could do so much if we got involved. But he knows that Vince would sit there and go, well, we have to own everything that's involved. So if they get involved, we have to copyright everyone. Like, dude, you don't have to fucking own everything.
Yeah. Well, kudos to AEW for having this working relationship with New Japan and now having cross-promotion segments on probably a larger American scale on AEW.
And now you're reaching out to the Japanese market as well. Plus, you have a TV program where literally anyone can show up.
Yeah, they got to dial back to other shit. But once they do that, then yeah, I think they're going to be in good business. And the other stuff, I mean, the silliness, they got to cut it out.
What silliness? Like, what did you want them to cut out?
I feel like your answer right there wasn't a question. It was more so, hey, you hit me. Why'd you hit me?
No, I'm asking, like, what would you want them to cut out?
Well, for number one, Sting. Okay, come on, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
That's the silliness. I'm talking
about. Just said Sting, man.
No, I agree. Even though you guys are sucking the edge teeth, I agree.
Drew, let me ask you a question. In 2021, February 9th, Who do you think could put on a better match right now, Edge or Sting?
I don't think that either of them could put on a great match, to be quite honest.
Damn, if Sting can't win, nobody can, huh, man?
Pretty much.
I'm just saying, they're already putting Edge down to fucking NXT, so that kind of shows you everything you need to know.
I can hear the helium leaving the balloon, man.
Just paid a visit. It's not anything more. Relax.
Yeah, okay.
So you think Charlotte's she's not a good wrestler either then? Because she did more than this in NXT.
What did they do with her after she left NXT?
She was doing a nose job done, bro. What do you mean?
She got the hell
if
out
you
of
think
it.
the Edge is going to be putting on a great match in 2021, you're smoking crack. Because he didn't put on a great match in 2020. He didn't get better in 2021. He's not wine or fine cheese. He's not getting older with age.
The only thing I can
Better
say,
with age. My bad.
only thing I can say is show and prove. I think they also need to stop with the Shaquille O'Neals and.
Oh no, I want to see that come to fruition.
But why?
Because Shaquille O'Neal still owe me a match with Big Show. So this is the next best thing.
Oh, hold on.
Damn
No, I want to stay on this topic right now.
So
Because you're fucking complaining about Shaquille O'Neal, and I don't hear any fucking complaints about the fact that we've had not one, not two, but 3 fucking appearances from Bad Bunny.
Oh, there's gonna be more.
I mean,
This motherfucker didn't come back. This motherfucker never went home.
Hey, I was hoping that was gonna end after Royal Rumble. So, you know,
I don't want to hear about
I'm
Shaq.
not championing that.
Shaq at least looks intimidating. Nobody is looking at Bad Bunny going, oh, the dude with fucking pigtails? Oh, man, I'm so scared.
But you know what? Out of all of them, he does have the best crossbody. Can't deny that.
Motherfucker's Buzz Lightyear. He falls with style.
listen, Drew.
You're defending the Bad Bunny shit. I don't want to fucking hear you.
But I can't even be mad at you. But there's levels to this. And AEW is not WWE.
Here we go.
AEW can't afford a hit like that right now.
Here we go.
They're doing more damage than they are care by bringing
Here we go.
You all right?
somebody who I'll try to imitate. Well, here's the thing. Why do the WWE, why don't they just keep bringing guys back who are 40, 50 years plus old and, they're just, crushing old talent. They're not building new stars. AEW should be building all of their stars as new stars, right?
You should be the fucking press secretary for the White House right now. Hey, what are your thoughts on Bad Bunny? I'm going to circle back. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't have any
You're
thoughts
fucking
on
defending Bad Bunny.
Because I
3 fucking weeks of this shit.
Listen, man, I understand where you're coming from. But here's the thing. Your net worth is probably $10 million. Let's say $100 million. Over here at the WWE, we're timesing that by 10. We can afford a big hit like that. AEW's program is a little lofty right now.
I'm sorry, did you call Big Bad Bunny a big hit?
It's a hit, regardless of how big or small it is. It's a hit.
What?
And
that's like getting Weird Al fucking Yankovic. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, when I say a hit, I mean they can absorb any negative press they get behind it.
Bullshit.
Not a hit like your favorite Chad Kroger song. Look at this photograph. I noticed your jam. Not that kind of hit.
Bullshit. Any publicity is good publicity. Fact of the matter is, Shaquille O'Neal's a bigger star than fucking Bad Bunny. Any day of the fucking week.
But listen, Shaquille O'Neal being on there is not going to get me to tune in. Whereas Bad Bunny, who makes music for children on radios, can be like, wow, but Bad Bunny's on wrestling. Wow.
Nobody's saying that. Everyone's saying the same thing I said. Who the fuck's Bad Bunny?
I bet you they are.
What kind of a name is that?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Keep defending this shit.
More children know who Bad Bunny is versus Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, guess what? Those children are fucking tuning into Monday Night Raw.
So wait, he makes children's music?
He makes music that is accessible to children because it is on platforms.
And listen to this motherfucking reach.
Twitter.
I can hear your bone extending through this reach. I can hear the joints popping at the fucking Michael Jordan at the end of Space Jam fucking reach right now. Your dunk from center court reach.
Bro, am I lying?
You're lying through your fucking teeth. I don't know whether I should rebut this or vote for you.
So you told me right now that Bad Bunny's music is not more accessible to the masses than Shaquille O'Neal highlight from 15.
Dude, if our podcast is accessible to the masses. Fact of the matter is, everyone knows who Shaquille O'Neal is. Not everybody knows who Bad Bunny is. You're going to tell me more people know who Bad Bunny is than Shaquille O'Neal.
I never said that. I said more children.
You didn't just go,
I said more children.
How about people?
No.
WWE already appeals to children. They don't need more children stuff. They already appeal to children. If children were going to tune into WWE, they would have already.
I mean, children make up a big factor in their shows already. So
why are they promoting the children more?
It's a fun family experience. That's what it was pegged to be.
Well, there's no house shows.
So what? Just throw everything out the window? Is that what you're saying?
The main target demographic is ages 18 to 35. You're talking about music for fucking children. Your product already appeals mostly to children. Why are you bringing a star who, by the way, you never answer that question. Does he make music for children? Because the song Booker T doesn't sound like it's for children.
I did answer the question.
He makes music for children.
He makes music that is very accessible to children.
Is he the Spanish Flippy?
No. But listen, Bad Bunny's hot right now. Bad Bunny's on Geico commercials. Bad Bunny's in commercials with Snoop.
What fucking Geico commercial is the Bad Bunny in?
Go look it up.
I'm looking this shit up right now.
Bad Bunny's in commercials with not Geico. He's on Corona commercials.
Not Geico. Don't look that up because I'm fucking lying through my fucking teeth.
Corona commercials with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg already has a connection to Sasha Banks, who works at the WWE. So
and he's also on AEW.
So that arm is very long. So
is your stretch.
He was touching the mat before he jumped down there.
No one wants to see Shaq on AEW, please, except for Swerve, but nobody else. Come on. Let's get real.
They're just not building it up right.
Because no one cares about him. That's why.
Well, if they had done this in 2008, they were supposed to.
Now, let's say AEW got LeBron, or
you'd be sitting here going, well, LeBron's not accessible to children. I mean, he's in the twilight of his career. Now, if you got somebody like Bad Bunny, then you're smoking with fire. But I mean, like right now, LeBron James, oh my gosh, you might as well get Father fucking Time.
The demographic that the WWE caters to knows Bad Bunny more than they know Shaq.
Bullshit. Is that why if you go on WWE's YouTube right now and go to Bad Bunny's segments on their WWE page, you will get a bunch of comments that literally state, "Who? I don't know who this is. I have no clue who this is. But I've never heard of Bad Bunny before."
But they know who Shaq is. And guess what, Drew? That's not the audience they're catering to.
The fuck?
Children aren't really going on YouTube making comments like that.
Oh, children don't go on YouTube. Children know Bad Bunny, but they're not going on YouTube and making comments.
Go look up Bad Bunny's video and look how many people watch. And then get back up.
So let's go. So,
motherfucker got a video up there, 567 views. It came out 3 months ago. 56 million, 49 million. Shaq wishes he can have a video on YouTube or do anything that garners that much interest. Bad Bunny featuring Drake 2 years ago, 1.1 billion views. What are you talking about?
Oh, that was not fair. Name another one.
10 months ago, 456 million views. 1 year ago, 652 million views.
Are
What are
those
you
just his
talking about?
songs?
These are all his songs. That's why the motherfucker quiet. Because he see what I'm seeing. Thank you. Now let's move on here.
But then let's go to WWE's page.
No, we ain't gotta go there.
No, we are going to that because you're talking about their demographic. And you're talking about that Bad Bunny caters their demographic. So let's go to WWE's page and see what their demographic thinks of Bad Bunny.
No,
Because I don't care about how many of his fans watch his videos. I'm talking about WWE. Because your whole thing is that caters to WWE's demographic.
Let's go to Shaq. Shaq Hot Ones, 27 million views. Shaq, I know I got skills. Remember that song Swerve back in the day? 3.2 million.
Wait. Is this a song comparison?
You know what I mean? 6 days ago, Shaq talking about Donovan Mitchell. Please shut me up. 732,000 views. 1,000. I ain't say million, 1,000. Swerve. The reach, even though that motherfucker is 7'3", is not as long as Bad Bunny's. And that's just the facts.
Dude, you are full of shit right now.
Oh.
You're talking about how, Bad Bunny, he's such a big star. He's such a big fucking star to that demographic. You go to his demographic, and people are just like, oh, okay. Like, they don't care.
See, listen, dude. I don't even listen to fucking Bad Bunny. I've heard.
Well, you make it sound like you sucked the dick through the fucking headphones. You're like, man, he's such a huge star. You don't even know.
Here's your problem. You're taking your own personal shit into it. That's number one. You recognize Shaq.
Shit on AEW for doing something, and when WWE does it, you go, no, it's a smart move. AEW does it. Oh well, it's dumb, and I don't want to see them do this shit anymore.
Yeah, you want to go.
WWE does something that's worse, and you call it a fucking good look.
Because it is.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look if you're saying that the Shaq move is a bad look.
Drew, if I put out 5 music videos in the course of a year, and they amass 3 billion views. How is that a bad look if I get you to come to my product?
Because the people who actually watch your product don't give a fuck.
Okay, tell me who are the people who watch the product?
Obviously not Bad Bunny fans.
How do you know that?
I mean, you look at the fuck comments.
Look at the comments. Okay. You reach, I teach.
Okay.
What is Shaq done in the past year? Can you tell me?
If Bad Bunny showed up on AEW tomorrow, you'd shit all over it.
What has Shaq done?
You would shit all over it, saying, "What is this guy doing here? He doesn't belong there. He's not a wrestler. I'm tired of this lame shit."
But you know what? We get with WWE.
You were hyping a clothing line from Snoop Dogg and The Undertaker, and then 2 weeks later he shows up on AEW and you shit on it.
Listen, I was not hyping it, but
you were insistent that it was the cover of our fucking episode.
Because that's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Look, man, I understand you lost this one. That's all right. I mean,
oh my God.
In a 12-round fight, I mean, you have you in the canvas in the 11th, man. I came back, bouncing back.
Yeah, okay, pal.
Drew, it's all right, man. Trust me. But here's the thing. This is why the WWE is better than AEW. Because they know their audience. They get it. They know. If the WWE said, you know what? Fuck all of this. We're going to go back. We're going to cater to the 35 or the 32 to 49-year-olds. And we're going to bring back the lewd commentary. We're going to bring back the shit matches. But we're going to have real good feuds. And we're going to just outsource everything and not pay attention to our core audience anymore. They do. I mean, yeah, we would like it more. but it won't be better for the overall product.
You know what? I will give you one thing in the conversation. You're right. They do know their audience. You're their audience, and you will defend them to the death, no matter what they do.
Hold on. Backhanded compliment coming. Proceed.
They do know their audience. You're their audience, and you will defend them till the day you die. The shit that they do, they can do no wrong, and you will not hear anything bad about it.
I'm just saying, man. I'm giving kudos to the relative that smokes crack out in public versus the one who says they don't do it, but then go in the back and get high. I know what I get. I'm not mad at it. I see you. That's the WWE. AEW, on the other hand, very young, still green, can build up new stars, but unfortunately, we have to see Goldust. We have to see Glacier. We have to see...
Dude, Glacier was on 2 episodes.
We have to see Chris Masters. We have to see...
When was Chris Masters on AEW?
We have to see Rusev. We have to see all these stars of yesteryear that come on the show. Now we get to see Shaq. Who cares? Really?
Dude, Shaq's in one segment. He's on that segment for one reason only, and that's to get views. He's there to get ratings.
Oh, when they first started, oh, Bret Hart. Oh, guess what? Jake the Snake. Oh, Sting. Oh, Taz. For fucking what?
How many of those people besides Sting are wrestling?
They don't need to be there.
You're right. They just need a bunch of 20-year-olds who nobody has ever heard of. That's what they. That's gonna build the company right there.
I mean, that's what built WWE up. No one knew who the fuck's.
No, it's not. They built themselves up by stealing stars from other companies. Get the fuck out of here. When have they ever had a youth movement that was just youth?
What's the youth movement in AEW right now?
You got Darby Allin, you got Orange Cassidy, you have Kenny Omega, you have
Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Okay. We knew
he's
him
young to you, motherfucker.
We knew him from somewhere else though. We'll continue.
Okay. Yeah. They have a bunch of people who have never wrestled a day in their life. That's a good idea. Hey, you've never wrestled a day in your life at any other promotion. Come on TV. This is a good start.
All I want you to do is admit that you wish that AEW would stop giving spots to people who don't deserve them at all. That's all I'm saying.
I will say that I do wish that Sting was a lot less on TV. But at the same time, if you're going to be sitting here saying that everything WWE does is gold, then your argument's invalid.
I'm not
because
saying
you don't even watch the fucking product. So
I'm
don't
not
tell me that what they're doing is smart because you don't even watch the fucking program.
I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is that WWE can afford to have that type of criticism more than AEW can because they're
can
more.
They?
Yeah,
because they've already lost the ratings. Raw to Dynamite once. If Dynamite does pick their steam up and actually delivers consistently, are they going to be able to afford it?
Well, we'll see.
Because the more that they have all these other like companies like NBC and Fox and stuff, like having control of their company, the more that those ratings are going to be important. Because at some point, these other companies are going to be sitting there going, listen, we're not taking a loss. And you could see WWE eventually going the way of the dodo if somebody like NBC Universal picks it up and then it doesn't produce as much as they thought it would.
Well, AEW's taking these spots for celebrities, but they're not for traditionally what WWE would do is big time pay-per-view matches, big time pay-per-view shows is where
so Bad Bunny on Raw interfering with the Money in the Bank, that's big time pay-per-view?
He disappeared at the Rumble, man.
Oh, okay.
Last week.
Okay.
It's the Rumble, it's the Raw, 2 Raws in a row. They're using them for notoriety.
Both of them big pay-per-views. I got it.
And guess what? They're using them to push a young superstar.
By literally only talking about Bad Bunny.
We're talking about Damian Priest.
Well, they're talking about Bad Bunny.
He's there for Damian Priest.
Well, all the segments when they have their replays show Bad Bunny. So, yeah, maybe the commentators talk about Damian Priest, but when they actually have the video up that you can watch back, it's all Bad Bunny.
Hey, you know what? If I had somebody on my show who amassed over 4.5 billion views on YouTube, I think I would have that too.
Yo, now you sound like the lead singer from Trapped. You should see our Pandora views. Fuck out of here.
Drew, it's okay, man. You came with her for AEW. I'm not saying what AEW is doing is wrong, but I'm just saying they should stop.
Hey, man. At least I watched the show I defend.
I watch Raw.
Oh, you did? All 3 hours, huh?
I didn't watch it yesterday.
Lying sack your shit.
Not yesterday.
Okay. I watched Raw. Oh, you did? Well, not yesterday.
It's not about me. It's not about me defending WWE. That's where you got it all confused, man.
But it is because you have yet to criticize WWE. You're only criticizing AEW, but everything that WWE is doing, which is the exact same thing, you're putting over, but you're criticizing AEW, which really goes to show that you do have a bias.
So Sting is there to push who?
Sting's there to push Darby Allin, actually.
No, because Darby Allin didn't need him to get pushed.
So Damian Priest needs somebody to push him? He needs a rapper who's never wrestled before to push him?
Apparently so.
Okay. Well, he'll last long then.
Who is Shaq there to push? That's all I want to know.
Shaq is there to push what's her face, the girl that he's teaming with.
Shaq is there for Cody's ego.
Exactly. Show on TBS. That's why he's there.
Jade Cargill is gonna look good. She's gonna be the one carrying his ass.
You work at TNT, TBS, Turner Sports? Yeah. Hey, why don't you do a favor for me and I'll do a favor for you? You come on Inside the NBA and I'll come on AEW. Sure, man, it's a date. That's what the fuck that is. So,
but you know what? All the sports shows are not going to be talking about Bad Bunny the day after. They're all going to be talking about Shaq wrestling.
No, they're not.
Okay, we'll see.
Hey, we'll throw Shaq wrestling in the D block. Give it about 30 seconds. Because no one gives a fuck. But a young kid who's seeing Bad Bunny, who's seen him on YouTube, watches wrestling, is now excited for a Bad Bunny performance.
Nobody's excited about a Bad Bunny performance.
I can't believe we're still on this.
We'll tune in, and then guess what? He's there to build up or help with Damian Priest's rollout. So then you get a two-prong effect. You get a young kid who's watching, who wants to see Bad Bunny, and then now they get Bad Bunny and Damian Priest in the same video shot. No 34-year-old man is saying, yo, I watch it every week so I can see Shaq on AEW. Nobody.
They at least be excited about Shaq. Nobody's excited about a Bad Bunny performance.
No one's excited, bro. Trust me. Please, trust me on this one.
I'm not trusting you because, quite honestly, all you're doing is you're just reaching for Bad Bunny. Okay, you know what? Let's make this a poll. Let's make this a poll on Twitter, and I'm going to make it right now. Who are you most excited to see in wrestling? Bad Bunny or Shaq? I'm going to make this a poll right now.
There's a third one we need to add to that list.
No.
Bow Wow.
No, listen, hold on. I'm paying for that.
Bow Wow and Dominic, let's go.
Bow Wow might have seen Bad Bunny and said, hold on, fam. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? No one's watching Shaq. Charles Barkley.
We'll see.
And we all know Shaq's a money whore anyway, so. That's why he's there.
Okay, polls up. We'll see.
I'm gonna put my vote in for Shaq right now.
We'll monitor it live as the show continues. Drew, I understand what you're saying.
You know.
I do. I get it. I get it. Yes, Shaq, life-wise, is exponentially better than Bad Bunny. But for this little blip, nah, it ain't it.
I will say one thing: if Jade can wrestle, she's gonna be the truth. She certainly looks the part.
Yeah.
But that other girl that's supposed to be her opponent is like 1/3 of her. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Red Velvet.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to the next segment, and that's going to be Smackdown, which I'm sure has already given Max somewhat of a hard on.
So SmackDown happened. Not really painful. Just bringing up the results now. So Roman kicked off the show. Paul Heyman was there. Uso was there. And Reigns ordered Edge out, but Edge didn't show up. And he said, quote, Edge wants to think I'm a fool. Do I look like a fool, Paul? Do I look like a man who wants to play games? Why would you play games with me? So that just told me this is going to be the WrestleMania main event. And also, I know we're going to preview it, but that's like 2 months later. Roman's not losing the belt. So I just want to see the angle they go with this here. So we'll see. Moving on, it was Dominic Mysterio versus King Corbin. I didn't know we were getting Dominic singles matches. So
What you thought was next?
I expected so soon. I also didn't expect Mysterio to pick up the victory over Corbin. So Tyro Frog Splash did him in. And King Corbin is now putting people over. I don't know what this means for Dominic, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get that customary multi-man Intercontinental Championship match at Mania.
I'll tell you
Dominic put his hands up.
I'll tell you what it means for King Corbin. Jabroni of the year.
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps up at this pace, yeah, he's gonna blow away the competition. Dale Bryan against Cesaro. Cesaro beat Dale. He actually with a submission. We know DB's plan was to win the Rumble and go out on top because he never main evented WrestleMania. But the Wrestle gods at WWE said no. I don't know what his next move is.
How do you feel about that now, knowing that he was going to have genuine support, and then they was like, "Nah, we're going to go with Edge"?
Yo, I'm watching the Rumble, and I'm like, yo, he's really about to win. He's still in. He's going to be pegged to get the victory. Then he got eliminated, and I'm just like, damn.
I didn't get that feeling. So when were you feeling like that? Because I was like, well, I never got a feeling like, oh, damn, they really might give it to Daniel Bryan. I never got that feeling.
Match. I had a feeling probably a couple weeks before the match.
No, I'm talking about during the Rumble though. Did you have an inkling at all? Like, damn, they might give it to him. Not before.
For a little bit within there because he came out like 19. I was like, okay, this is like a meat spot that he came out in and he'll last. And I really didn't have a clear cut winner on who will win the Rumble. So when he came out and lasted, I was like, oh.
I mean, not that this needed to happen, but if you think about the things, he wasn't involved in anything Roman or Owens wise, like none of it. So it just, you know, I don't know. I don't think they was playing the keep apart game or nothing like that. I just think they've never had plans for him to do it at all.
Yeah. Do you think Cesaro was getting a run? Because he's been victorious, strung together a couple wins recently.
His last run that I can recall in my head was when Cena was trying to help him out and give him praise, whatever. It's gonna be something like that. Then they'll fizzle down again.
I feel like because I think his contract is about to expire, this is a keep you happy run.
Yeah.
Bailey defeated Ruby Riott. Then Bianca Belair came out and had an announcement to make. She was going to say who she was challenging at WrestleMania 37. She called Asuka the Empress of all day, every day. She put over Banks, but then she never really got to make that decision because Carmella and her sommelier Reginald came out. This is something we talked about before. We said, are they going to give it to?
I'm mad you spoke of him by name.
I'm just reading.
Where's Drew?
Right here.
Oh.
Drew has nothing to say because he doesn't give a shit about WWE. He's refreshing on the poll.
He really checked out on this one. Okay.
Which by the way is 50% each, with just 2 votes. So I don't know how far that's gonna get, but needless to say, we're. Are we looking at Elimination Chamber, Carmella versus Belair, and whoever wins gets that spot that she won?
I think they should have a women's Elimination Chamber match.
Well, they did that last year, and it was awful.
But they should have another one and make it better. Don't have 2 men's or, just one and have them have they should get one as well.
I think there definitely will be a women's match, but I don't know who's going to come out victorious. I know last year it was the Ace of Spades beating everybody, and she's probably in a worse position than she was when she was in that match. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Oh boy. So next segment, Chad Gable will notice. They're going Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. And then out of nowhere, the man that they forced down our throats appeared. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Commentary team threw to a video package recapping the main event match between Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan that occurred 33 years ago to the day.
Hey, can I add, this was completely unnecessary and no one cared.
They're trying to get that man back in people's good graces, and
I mean, even still, like, nobody cared about this. It wasn't WrestleMania 3. You know what I'm saying?
Can we just say, when it comes to Andre the Giant, Hulk, it should have been you. Can we all just agree on that one?
I hear you, Drew, but I'm not. I'm not gonna put that out there, man. I hear you, though. I hear you.
That's the bottom.
The next match was a triple threat match, which I thought we were gonna get at a pay-per-view. We got it on SmackDown, where it was Big E defending the title against Cruz and Sami Zayn in a triple threat. Sammy, this match I thought it was pretty good. You had big spots in it with the haluva kick. You had some big time off the rope moves by Apollo Crews. But ultimately it was the big ending.
Yeah, it don't look like Apollo Crews can suplex Big E, but he can.
Yeah.
Until you see it happen.
Right. I don't know if we're gonna get a part 2 of this match, but I would definitely be watching again. I don't think this will be the end of it. because Apollo Crews and Big E had a little look-see after the match. But we'll see what happens with that.
Right now, the two mid-card championship programs, if they were to go to WrestleMania right now, Big E would be on the pre-show.
I thought you were going to say something entirely different.
No.
I thought you were going to say that the mid-card belts were doing better than the championship belts. The heavyweight belts.
Well, one of them is, in my eyes, for sure.
Yeah.
But I won't say that they're doing, like, Roman stuff's a little stale, but that's only because of Kevin Owens keep showing up.
I think they bust their load on Roman too quick. Because now it's like you had this big grandioso introduction or reintroduction to Roman and his new character. Now what do you have him doing? Now I feel like we're going back to the old Roman where other people are carrying what he's doing. Now it's going to be Edge doing most of the mic work, doing most of the segments, even though Roman's the full timer. Which this could really show you his true development as far as where he's came from and where he's grown to, as far as him yet again main eventing another WrestleMania and seeing what he brings to the table on his side of the program. Speaking of which, Edge maybe gives us a decision. Nothing was clear. Because, like Sir said, Kevin Owens keeps popping his ass up. I never seen someone lose so much, but yet won't die.
You like that ex that can't take no for an answer, man.
Seriously. So in the ring, when the Edge Roman ran there, he asked him, quote, "Oos, I'll meet you at the bus. I got this." Reigns said in response to Edge's I can't even pronounce that word. Insinuations. Jesus Christ. He also said to him, you disrespected me, therefore you disrespected my family. And he told him that's your cue to go. So then, before Edge could respond, Kevin Owens came out of nowhere and gave Reigns a stunner. Roman and KO will be at Elimination Chamber, I feel like. In some respect, I didn't know you needed 3 wins and your opponent needed 0 wins to clear them out. So I feel like this will be the 3rd win. I just want this Kevin Owens shit to die immediately. And we could get Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan. He could redirect that energy towards something good. The problem is, though, with you bringing Edge into the fold, and this is where I agree with Drew, he's not a full-timer. So he's not going to be carrying this feud all the way from February to April. We're going to get Edge maybe 2 weeks out of the month on the program. And it's not going to feel real. So that part I hate. So now we need a fill-in, and that fill-in is Kevin Owens.
Honestly,
every show, though.
What?
Edge has been on every show and participating.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really sit there and say he's a part-timer who's not going to be on every show when he has been on every show.
So far. I'm saying going forward, I don't think so.
Well, when he doesn't go away and you see that he's a part-timer who is taking up valuable screen time every week, you're going to have to change that tune. And on multiple shows because he hasn't decided who he's going to be challenging yet.
That valuable screen time.
Well, listen. You know it's going to be Roman. You know it is.
So why was he taking up time on NXT?
Oh, yeah, because he wouldn't have rumbled to say he's going to battle for the NXT championship. Sure. Drew, you're better than that, man. Come on.
And WWE, you're so good. Everything you do is good. Even though I don't watch your show, everything is good.
AEW keep giving me stars of yesteryear. Oh, AEW keep
You had to think about it. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, AEW.
No, it's over. It's over. It's already dead. You can't bring it back to life.
Keep fighting outside of concession stands. AEW. Cody.
Oh my gosh.
Bucks. Yeah.
Dude, it was over when you had to think about it. Get out of here. Go to bed.
Man.
Yeah, he beat you in the Richard kissing contest.
I'm just saying, he hates WWE so much that he's blinded by the bullshit.
I'm blinded by the bull.
Sorry, Drewski. I can't wait till the Shaq match happens. And Drew's sitting there. He's not even gonna respond with a word. It's just gonna be a.
I mean, I'm not expecting a 5-star classic.
I don't think no one is, but the way you was coming for me, you thought that Shaq was the next fucking Neo.
Well, no, it's the fact that you're acting like all the stars that WWE is bringing in are so important to their brand. Like everything that they're doing is great, but you refuse to acknowledge the fact that it's full of shit.
Sting is the golden goose.
Sting, if wrestling, right?
That's what give the 5-star match.
No. If they had half a brain, they do what Goldberg got done to him at Royal Rumble and quietly usher him out of the building. That's what they should do. But instead, you got Tony Schiavone walking around with a halfie every time he thinks to say Sting's name. You get the man interfering in matches. You got Taz big ass out there doing God knows what. It's enough already.
Yeah, but Taz actually getting over talent.
I think is he a producer and he's just like getting on screen?
He's a manager. He's a manager and commentator.
Okay.
I would love to say that Taz is getting over talent, but Brian Cage is not winning the matches he should be winning.
He's actually getting Ricky Starks over more.
I still haven't figured that guy out, by the way.
Do you watch a show?
What, Dark? I'm not watching that.
No, he's on Dynamite.
Yeah, I've tuned in Dynamite and not seen
Once?
No, I've tuned in a couple times, and I've seen him through. I forgot who that was, but they smashed the Sting merch table. I thought that was pretty funny, but he just don't fit in that group to me.
I think he's the standout.
Well, don't fit, stand out. They're the same thing when you know, depending on how you look at it. But
Abby's take on our little rift.
Okay, do we have anything else for SmackDown?
SmackDown is Dunzo.
Okay. What do we got next?
We gotta get dirty, man.
You wait right there while I remove these ads.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Do you have a lot of dirt, Drew?
Some.
I got a couple.
You want to go first?
You want me to fire it up?
Sure.
All right, 3-hour segment coming up.
Speaking of the bunny that is bad, Wrestling Observer. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on with my phone now. Okay, something just happened. Hold on.
It's like he's even killing your fucking phone.
Yeah. Hold on. Bad Bunny, according to Wrestling Observer, is that it's Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison being planned for WrestleMania 37.
I'm just laughing because it's like it's literally the exact same thing that's happening in Dynamite.
Okay.
And you're like,
Dynamite. Say it with me, Drew. Say Dynamite. WrestleMania.
No. Shaq's wrestling on their pay-per-view.
What?
Revolution.
Is that their WrestleMania program?
It's a pay-per-view.
But not the WrestleMania program.
Oh, okay, so WWE makes sure to put their shit on display. Okay.
You act like they haven't been doing this for, I don't know, 30 years.
If we're gonna shit on the wall, we're gonna shit on the living room wall, not the bedroom wall. Okay.
I don't know what type of analogy that is, but proceed.
All right, so Booker T's lawsuit against Activision is finally going to court. Last year, he sued Activision because of the likeness of one of their characters in the latest Call of Duty game looks like his character, G.I. Bro. So he is going to be finally taking them to court over that lawsuit.
I think I've seen him. That sounds very familiar. Like I play a lot of Call of Duty. Did they say what games you would have been on?
They said not Warzone, but the one before it, Black Ops, I believe.
Okay.
Because this was a lawsuit from late 2019, so think of a game around that time.
Oh, okay. In an interview with Forbes, WWE President Nick Khan confirmed the company is interested in bringing in Cardi B. Any thoughts?
Skip.
You know what? We already talked about the shit that they do. This is just low hanging fruit.
Again, it is somebody who had a song that amassed over 2 billion.
There is nobody watching pro wrestling who's sitting there going, "Oh, Cardi B's. Oh, okay, I'll tune in for that one." There is not a fucking soul.
I promise you, there is. She was literally #1 trending on Twitter.
Outstanding.
That
does not mean that wrestling fans give a fuck.
Yeah, they do give a fuck. Trust me.
Okay, hey, what's your favorite Cardi B song?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
Ain't no shame in saying WAP. Come on, man.
I was gonna say that, but I wanted to go something off the album because I got the album on vinyl.
Oh, you got the album? Well, you took it a little too far.
No, fire, bro. I like Be Careful. Drew doesn't know the name of that song. Be careful with me. You don't know that joint. Cardi got some shit, bro. And if Cardi comes to WWE,
you're right. Cardi is some shit.
I can't listen to nobody talk about rapping about riding Richards. I can't do it.
Swerve, please tell your man, if Cardi B is on WrestleMania, can you tell that man that they're gonna get some real live viewership?
Yeah, they're gonna get all the viewers they don't want. That Cardi, that's gonna backfire. She's like the wrong person to bring on. Out of all the representation, this is where you go. Like, oh my hell no.
You know what? Cardi B is pretty much like when they brought on Grumpy Cat. Like, yeah, she's.
No,
I've heard of her in the media. Yeah, let's bring that on.
It's gonna be like when they brought on Snooki. Sure, everybody didn't, but
Cardi B is well with Snooki, bro. Come on.
Everyone remembers that WrestleMania moment.
Cardi B's well with Snooki. Come on, man. Stop that. Cardi B was literally just on a Super Bowl commercial.
Cardi B's music sounds like it just took a snooki on the floor.
I'm not particularly doubting her popularity. I'm just saying that's not a good look.
Who is more popular right now, Shaq or Cardi B?
It doesn't matter who's more popular. The fact of the matter is you'll be turning off your actual fan base. Because so let's say your demographic is the kids. So what your argument was earlier, your main demographic is children. So now you're bringing in a rapper whose big single is Wet Ass Pussy.
Definitely not for the kids, right, Drew?
and you don't see any issue with that whatsoever.
Nope.
Okay.
But guess what?
Well, I guess that's why you're not booking wrestling shows.
Guess what? I guarantee you 84% of those kids know that fucking song.
And I guarantee you any of those kids whose parents see that she's on that show are going to be canceling their subscription to the network.
I don't know about that one, big dog.
I do.
It's called Wet and Gushy, by the way, not what you said. You sound like a little hater.
I'm just saying, like that's a bad look. It's a real bad look.
Well, hold on for a second. Mrs. Mack, come here for a second. Just come here. I have a question for you. You're a girl. Say hello to the people.
Hi, people.
So listen, here's our argument. Cardi B, you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
So she could be coming to WrestleMania. You know what WrestleMania is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Cardi B appears on WrestleMania, will you watch?
Probably not.
Okay. Well,
just end it right there, bro.
So here's a better question: if you had kids and Cardi B showed up on a show that your kids watched, would you keep on letting them watch, knowing what she's about and her songs?
It depends. I mean, I'm pretty sure if she was on a kids show, she wouldn't be doing anything inappropriate. So I mean, I would let them watch that episode, but then I'm not going to be like, oh, Cardi B was on Sesame Street. Now let's go look up a whole bunch of Cardi B stuff. But
that's what's going to happen. They're going to go right to YouTube and see all the twerk videos and be turned out.
Because 8-year-old boys are going to see Cardi B and go, I feel a lot different right now.
But the kids already know who Cardi B is, bro. That's why she's there.
Do they, though? I mean, if you're an 8-year-old, you might not know who Cardi B is. You might have heard of her.
You do. You do. 8 years old? You do. Think about it when you were 8. You knew who Mariah Carey was or Madonna.
I knew of her, but I didn't know their songs.
Yeah, but they wasn't also naked everywhere, though.
Right. You knew that ass.
I mean, Madonna kind of was, but...
Oh, yeah, she was. All right. Thank you, wifey.
No, she had cones over them.
Yeah, Madonna was a sex symbol back in the day. You knew what she was getting it in with. Come on now.
I think that's why we're all on drugs. It's because that was the sex symbol back then.
Yeah. And Wolf.
Speaking of Wolf,
yeah,
Alexa Bliss is dealing with a crazy stalker. Have you heard about this?
Is it Bray Wyatt?
No, it's like a outside WWE stalker.
Oh boy,
it's not really.
This guy has, I guess, been just completely stalking her on Twitter and Instagram and all this shit.
You've been online?
Yeah, like an online stalker who's just been relentless. Is making accusations like he's her husband, that Ryan Cabrera, who's her real life fiance, is a rapist because he's sleeping with his wife. He demands Instagram pictures, and that soon Ryan Cabrera is going to be seeing angels. That's his exact quote, because he's going to have to do something that he doesn't want to have to do, but he's got to defend his wife. She's contacted the authorities, but they can't find this guy. So that's been a crazy development for her.
Yeah. I don't know what to think of that, man.
So folks, if you're like a crazy stalker out there, just get help. Like you're not endearing to these people. These people don't want that kind of attention.
They can locate the ping, can't they?
If he's on like a VPN, it might be harder.
Hope they get the bastard because they, she shouldn't have to walk around in a world like this, hiding from somebody like that. Moving on, Shinsuke Nakamura. You know him, former Intercontinental, former
Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah, well, those words "former" are going to be highlighted more because he's allegedly been told that his role is now going to be making new stars.
Oof.
So he's in the business of putting people over. Less than 5 years in the company.
Well, he was, he started out at 38.
Well, hey, I used to think rapping at 38 was ill, as Jay-Z once said. But look at AJ Styles; he's not being told that.
I think it's pretty safe to say that the majority of the Japanese talent in New Japan have really taken this as a cautionary tale, and I don't think you're going to be seeing a lot of Japanese stars coming over to WWE anymore.
Nope.
This has not panned out good for Nakamura.
The WWE, they fuck themselves constantly doing idiotic things. They almost screwed it over with Asuka. Because I just go back to that WrestleMania match where
you just sit tight. They're going to do it again.
Well, look at Kairi Sane. She was 23, and she's back in Japan now.
Yeah, they kind of forced her way out of there, didn't they?
Well, she's still under contract, but she's like, listen, I'll sit home. I'd rather sit home than be wrestling in the WWE right now.
Is she starting the OnlyFans?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, the Rainmaker was thinking about coming over when Nakamura first came over. And his whole thing was, I'll wait to see how it goes for Nakamura first. That was his exact quote. And now you could definitely tell that was probably one of the best decisions he made because, he'd probably be in the same position.
I'll make it rain on them hoes. I'll make it rain.
What you got there, Drew?
So next up, I have AEW is officially getting in with the big boys of wrestling. They're releasing an album. They're releasing a double album in March of their wrestler theme songs. So, I mean, are you really a big-time wrestling federation if you don't have your own wrestler-themed albums out? So tune into Spotify, I guess, to check that out. I guess they're releasing a double album, which will have the wrestler themes, and the second one will have 8-bit versions of the wrestler themes.
Okay.
The Jericho theme gonna be on the deluxe album. They're gonna make you pay extra for that.
You got more dirt, or you done?
I have 2 more.
All right. So a couple things. I'll just lump these together. Karrion Kross and Austin Theory of NXT are being groomed for the main roster. We'll see them around WrestleMania. Lars Sullivan and Steve Cutler are what some people are calling the beginning of a new batch of roster cuts, and say that there are going to be a lot more coming based on the aftermath of the earnings report in the WWE. So a lot more people could be getting cut. Probably a lot more people we have seen wrestle in the past just haven't been on TV.
But hey, they can take the hit.
Why don't you take out the T and add a K and E, and that's what you should do. Anywho, last bit here. According to Ringside News, Buddy Murphy and Bo Dallas.
I thought you said Riverside.
They've been showing up to television, but they haven't been given anything to do. So, Bo Dallas, everyone loves a second act in a career. Bo Dallas, you up next?
I
Drew?
got here, Bo Damn.
Did you happen to catch Charlie Caruso's flub on the Aftermath show?
Oh, I did.
So she was sitting down with Damian Priest, for those people who did not hear, and he mentioned that he might be just thinking about going by DP from now on. Charlie Caruso's comment, DP? I love DP. DP has a nice ring to it. Which led R-Truth to go, Chow, sometimes the girl gets confused. So yeah, Charlie Caruso, big fan of DP.
Hey, she's on that what's her face plan? Oh god, what was her name? She's in the movie with The Rock. Wrestling with Paige. She's on that plan.
Well, if you've ever been wondering when Scott Steiner comes to the ring and goes, "This goes to all my freaks out there." If you've ever been wondering who those freaks are, Charlie Caruso's those freaks.
Yep. Just Charlie Caruso had that wet and gushy.
Well, speaking of wet and gushy, last bit is Nia Jax working that brand. So she had a quote on Raw that was after she fell in the ring apron, she yelled, "My hole." This led to Tushy reaching out to her. Tushy makes bidets, usually like travel bidets. They sent her a free one and requested her to be their brand ambassador because of her "my hole" comment. So Nia Jax making moves in the business world.
Come through, Nia.
My hole.
Nia, you know half that's mine, right?
And Tushy wants you to remember to keep your hole clean.
Look at how the money just fall in your lap.
Right.
Not on your lap, on your butt.
Only right in your hole. She's got money out the hole. I think she did that on purpose. I think that was also someone telling her to do that.
I've heard that they were kind of pissed off after the show because that was not something that was rehearsed. So when she yelled that all they thought about was she's just going to be made like a mockery, and this is
Ray said, "Oh my balls," and then there's a woman said, "Oh my vag." So she then said, "Oh my hole," which is par for the course.
You got anything else?
No, I'm done.
All right, let's move on to Raw.
WWE Raw happened, and it was pretty crappy. There was some dirt last week. I don't remember if we got to it or not, but it was that Shane McMahon would no longer be with the company. And apparently that dirt got back to someone's ears in the back because leading the show, it was Adam Pearce in the ring. And then you heard Shane McMahon's music. And Shane came out. And normally when Shane's out there, something big happens. Well, nope. Only thing he did was announce the competitors for the 2 week away oh god, what do you call this match? The
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So he was there to announce who would be competing in it, and then he went to the back. That was it.
So they wasted an opportunity there because they could have easily had matches to qualify for the Elimination Chamber instead of having Shane McMahon show up and be like, "Here's who's in it."
Well, yeah, they had Shane to say, hey, go out there to say you're still with, basically the appearance is saying that you're still with the company, and that whoever came up with that BS rumor, they can see this and be humiliated by it. That's what I think the spot was for. So AJ Styles came out. He actually saw Shane on the way out. Remember, they had a WrestleMania match, so that was probably the most interesting thing about him coming out there. But AJ Styles ended up taking on Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy lost to AJ Styles by way of submission, where Hardy got put into the I forgot what you call it, the move, the calf crusher. So Sheamus, who was in this match at Elimination Chamber, called Pierce a yes man for doing whatever Shane wanted. So that was a little ending there with that. Moving on, it was New Day taking on Retribution's T-Bar and Slapjack. Kofi getting the pin for New Day to make them victorious. They are definitely going to be in the tag team championship match at WrestleMania. They're putting them back in that category because Kofi's been out. So we see what's going on with that. Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans. We said Lacey Evans has to get a win pretty soon. Well, pretty soon ain't happened yesterday. Even though Evans did get a victory, it was by DQ. So we're not really going to count that. Asuka is going to take on Lacey Evans for the Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber. We'll discuss that when we preview the pay-per-view. But it was her dad getting involved in this again. And I like the fact, and I don't know if you saw this word, but Charlotte is now on air referring to Lacey as Charlotte 2.0.
I didn't peep that. That's what she called her?
That's exactly what she's calling her.
I was paying more attention to Ric Flair's dripped out suit. I thought he spilled something on it. I was like, oh, that's something new right there.
Definitely is something new, but Ric Flair 20 years ago, oh man, he's aged terribly. I'm concerned for Rick, man. He looks like, what was that, Michael Jackson's I forgot what video that was, but he came out like in a robotic suit and it was supposed to be Michael Jackson. And I feel like that's what Ric Flair is doing. Like, I feel like if Russell Salvatore, who was a professional wrestler, and he came back, that's exactly what he would look like. So, Ric Flair, oh man, please, bro. It's not worth it, man. This is not worth your time, bro. Please. Oh man. Moving on. The Miz interrupted Edge. Edge came out to Raw, questioning who he would challenge for the WWE Championship. Knowing that the title would be defended in the Elimination Chamber, Miz mocked Edge with the briefcase. Edge not impressed with Miz or Morrison. And moving on. Then Damian Priest with Bad Bunny took on Angel Garza, and Priest got the victory by way of pinfall. So this is how we evoke the tag team match between Priest and Bunny versus Miz and Morrison. I mean, I don't know if Miz is going to cash in at WrestleMania. And if he does, that completely gets him out of this crap that they're putting him in with Bad Bunny and Priest. But we'll see what happens. Moving on, it was Keith Lee taking on Riddle. Keith Lee defeated Riddle, and they announced at the end of the match that it would be Lashley versus Lee versus Riddle.
Let's go
for the U.S. Championship at Elimination Chamber.
Now Lashley can safely lose and go on to the next program,
which is
Brock Lesnar.
Oh man, now is this excitement only because you think he's going to beat Brock?
I don't think. I know.
Oh my god. I got to put up with this for the next, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 weeks. Okay.
No, but he has to. He got to drop the belt and move on. Either that, or he got to challenge Drew.
I could see Lesnar versus Lashley, and I wouldn't mind Lashley beat Lesnar. I wouldn't mind. 2 years ago, did not see myself saying that.
I would rather see him face Roman. I know that they're on different shows, but I wouldn't mind seeing him go over and face Roman. Yeah, but this is a different Lashley. This is a sisterless Lashley.
Give me something I've never seen before. I don't want to see that again.
The WrestleMania is a specialty show, so I can see them more so leaning towards Brock versus Lashley than anything else. Tables match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who accompanied her. They took on Lana. Naomi was out there as well. And Lana sent Nia Jax to a table. That was.
I mean, she helped her through a table. She was already going.
Well, I was getting there. Because, yeah, it wasn't like a natural move where she put her through it. She had to be helped, and Nia was that help. So Nia put her own self through a table damn near. After that, it was Baszler versus Naomi. Naomi actually beat Shayna Baszler. So, tag team champion rub here with Nia and Shayna. We'll see what goes on moving forward. But in the last match on Raw was Randy Orton defeating McIntyre by way of DQ. This is a DQ because Sheamus came in and broke kick on Randy. And McIntyre ended up catching Sheamus with a Claymore. Please let these two be the final two in the Elimination Chamber. We know you won't, because that's just not how things are drummed up. But I want to see that match happen in the singles field. But it probably won't. So,
well, they got one more, right? Before Mania. So you looking for that Sheamus and McIntyre 1-on-1? You still want that?
Yeah, exactly.
They'll probably do it after this Elimination Chamber.
We'll see. I mean, I like Sheamus. I do. I've always liked him.
Yeah, we know.
I prefer him over McIntyre. So, that was the end of Raw.
All right. Do we have anything else then?
Abby sent in an email.
Oh, yes. I let me pull it up.
But yeah, that was it wasn't a bad show.
No.
It wasn't great, but it was some decent stuff in between. I tell you that I don't know how Jeff Hardy is in there.
I was thinking that yesterday after seeing him getting picked up. I'm like, yo, this dude is like 48 years old. Still going strong. Still gonna give us a swanton spot at Mania that his body is probably begging him not to do it. He's gonna do it anyway.
He ain't gonna stop until he's walking like his brother.
Okay, I got Abby's email pulled up. So he says, "Happy early Valentine's Day, no pyro." To follow up on last week's question, best breakfast spot in WNY is Costa's on Hurdle. Love that place and their food. Wrestling stuff. Mac, you gave up on Nia too early, man. If you stuck it out with her, you could have been the man to have her yelling "ow my hole" every night. New Japan and AEW. Hang on. Jeez. Went dark. Okay, commence Abby's wrestling boner. This has me more hyped than 16-year-old me seeing Sable's hand bikini on Raw. Hopefully, when COVID is a thing of the past, we'll get some amazing matchups with the guys who live in Japan. Can you imagine Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi reuniting? Oh, wait, none of you know who he is. Touch tips, boys.
Abby be on his Fire Pro Wrestling tip, man. Can't help.
I see. Yes, I definitely don't know who the hell that is.
I know.
Of course, Drew, you're the knower of all things. You're like the fucking Zordon of the podcast.
You're right. Zordon doesn't know who Bad Bunny is either.
Let me guess. If Matchbox 20 was on fucking Smackdown, your ass would probably be happy.
I mean, I wouldn't tune in for Matchbox 20, but at least I know who the fuck they were.
Listen, you should be comfortable knowing that you don't know a Bad Bunny song. You are at that respectable age now, my son. It's okay to say, I don't know who that is. And it's okay for that person to be very, very popular in the world. Just not in the world that you know.
Okay, well, hey, I mean, AEW is not cutting talent with Shaq on the show, so that's all I'm saying.
So Abby didn't have the question?
Nope.
I'm Jeff. I'm a terrible texter. Ask anybody. I don't respond. It's not you.
Unless he shits on Apple.
One day, my man, you'll come over to that Apple. You'll come over to that Carlito. One day. And you'll never go back.
What you're saying.
You'll never go back to anything else. Trust me.
Yeah, because I'll be too broke.
If you have Sprint or T-Mobile, you can get a free Samsung Galaxy 21.
I don't have Sprint or T-Mobile.
Oh, whatever the hell it is.
What were we going to say about being a bad texter?
No, I'm just saying I'm a terrible texter. I'll see the message, and I don't respond. Because sometimes I do forget. Sometimes I just respond in my head, and then I think that's the end of the conversation. But it's not. I have a real problem with that. I'm going to work on texting people back. I have right now on my phone 29 unresponded to messages. Somebody could have a conversation with me last Tuesday. I open it back up and respond like it's still last Tuesday. I'm bad. I don't know why. It's terrible. But yeah, that's all I got. Swerry, did you have anything?
End the show.
My stomach is saying, feed me.
All right, well, lead us out then.
Hey, look, don't get loud. Oh, wait, one last thing. Let's check on our poll that No Chill Drew put up. because he went all, Lil Nas X and grew a pair of tits overnight.
Ugh.
Currently at 50%.
50-50. So I think that's just told us to end whatever issue we have between Shaq and Bad Bunny. So if you want to comment on Twitter, hit us up on Pyro Podcast. If you want to tell Drew he's crazy, if you want to tell me I'm crazy, that's where you do it. Hit us up there. SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook. We're all there. Apple Podcast. Just type in Pyro Podcast. Shout out to Bad Bunny, though, because he definitely got some pyro. So all that you talking, Drew, is very irrelevant. That man got pyro. Okay?
Then we don't acknowledge him on the show.
Okay. Just to let you know, you'll be talking about Bad Bunny for the next 3 months.
Not in a good light.
I hear you, man. I hear you. For No Chill Drew and Swervy Lee, my name is Total Mac. This was a No Pyro Podcast production. We are out this bit like Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Doses.